It's time for the rundown. Tune in as Amelia and Lori share their must-dos in some of their favorite cities, amuse you with their guilty pleasures, share the unsung promo hero of the week, and help decipher all those impossible text acronyms.
Welcome to episode 33 of The Rundown. I'm Amelia Madl with Promo Corner, and joining me as always is my lovely co-host, Miss Lori Bolton of the Magnet Group. How you doing, Lori?
Amelia, I am really good. I'm really good. Can you believe we're like in March?
No.
Holy cow.
Time is flying by. February was like a blink.
Unbelievable. And yes, it's a shorter month anyhow, just by a couple of days, but it went so fast.
It did go fast.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Before we get too much into our conversations, because we go down the rabbit hole pretty quickly, wanted to give a shout out to our sponsor, Tervis.
Ooh, so
Love
nice.
it. So speaking of things going fast, Tervis has been around since 1946. Can you believe that?
No.
75 years in business, starting their classic line. So I'm holding up a few of my favorites. If you can see behind me, I have some more. Love Tervis.
Beautiful.
So the sleek style makes perfect for active and on-the-go lifestyles. Agree. I have a ton of these. And Tervis is the original double wall insulated drinkware that keeps cold drinks cold and reduces condensation, backed by a made for life guarantee. And it comes in several sizes, including the 16-ounce mug, 16-ounce water bottle size, 24-ounce tumbler, 24-ounce water bottle. This is a new big boy, and I think this is bigger than 24. What do you think?
Looking at it through the camera, it's probably 32, maybe 40 ounces.
This is a new one I just picked up in Vegas. And then
beautiful.
The boys keep me and my Chiefs well stocked, the water bottle. And then this is a throwback from a couple years ago in Vegas, the Promo AF.
Beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful pieces.
Love it. They're made from Triton plastic, made in America, lifetime warranty, dishwasher safe, microwave safe, BPA free. So check out tervispromos.com to learn more.
Beautiful.
Mouthful.
Thank you, Tervis. So nice. They look beautiful. Yeah, I figured you had a connection with the KC logos on them.
Yes, Joel and Michael are amazing people, and they always make sure I have my Chiefs pride and my Tervis pride.
Love it.
Okay, so Lori, catch me up. So last time we talked, you were getting ready to leave. You went to Texas. You saw your best friend. You saw Sarah get married. What exciting things have you done since then?
Well, I have to let's circle back on that weekend. It was such an emotional weekend, and it could be because I'm getting older, but I literally cried so much over the 4 days that I was there. No, I better not be. But as I'm coming down the escalator, Christy, my best friend since 4, is standing in baggage claim. We caught eyes as I'm coming down the escalator. And as I get off, I'm trying to shuffle around people. And literally, we embraced each other and we both started crying and didn't let go of each other. It was very special. Just amazing. Had a great time staying at their house and got to spend time with Aubrey, who's now 12. And then Sarah's wedding, beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous bride. And again, small and intimate. I think there was 30 and 10 of the 30 were kids. It was really, really special. Everything was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
It looked like it from the pictures. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. So quick story. She had one other friend there from, I believe, North Carolina that she coached volleyball with back in the day. And so our job on the day of the wedding, which was Monday, Valentine's Day, and this was an evening wedding, but we were to get flowers and make the arrangements, which I didn't know up front. Well, it was Valentine's Day. So we are looking for flowers. You've got 2 people that aren't from Austin, from Texas, using a big truck. And anyhow, we found flowers, but the price was double, and we ended up I told her, I said, Karen, hey, if this doesn't work out, we could be florists, So it was super fun.
Oh my God.
Celebrate life.
Well, fun. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I have been trying not to turn into an Eskimo because it has been freezing cold here. It's been snowing. Literally one day it was 70 degrees and less than 24 hours later, it was 15 degrees. Like that was a swing.
That's crazy. We got down to 10 this week and some good, like 8 inches of snow.
Oh my
I
gosh.
still have snow everywhere. I know.
Yeah. So we've been trying to stay warm, normal kid stuff. We have a cheer competition. So all the parents are volunteering, doing all that stuff. So setting up mats, setting up tables, recording. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going where they tell me to go and doing whatever they tell me to do.
Fill up that Tervis with some adult beverage, and it doesn't matter what they have to do. It'll be absolutely perfect and painless.
Oh, I'm such a bad influence for school events. I'm like, oh, now I talk about this. If anybody listens, they're going to be checking my drinks all the time to see if I'm like smuggling alcohol into school.
They are
probably, I might get expelled.
They're probably doing the same thing. And if not, they're trying to figure out how can I be as cool as Amelia? Like she makes every activity, every task so great.
They're like, wow, she's out there cheering with the girls. That's amazing.
She's doing backflips. Do you see her? Here she goes.
Oh, no, I will embarrass my kids. I'm not allowed to do that stuff.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, Lori, what is our next piece of the pie? Last week was social.
Yes, last week was social. And just really quickly before we go, I'm David Chen. I will tag you when this episode drops, but I haven't gotten a green screen to look as pretty as Amelia. However, I did get a new microphone. So
we're twinning now. Look,
we are twinning. Because remember, he said how horrible I sound and look compared to you. So I splurged and got a new microphone. So hopefully it sounds good. All right, you guys. So we're working on the circle of life, the 12 pieces of the circle of life, the primary food that feeds our soul. Mm-hmm. And our next one is creativity. Now, it's interesting because as I was preparing for this and thinking about creativity, I feel like a lot of us have been over the last 2 years, perhaps our creativity has been smashed. So again, challenging you to find those outlets that promote your creativity, that allow you to be creative, because we all are creative in our own way. It may be, Amelia, for you doing your cheers on the football field.
I helped my son build a little race car thing for science the other day. Like we had skewers and buttons and just, I was like, what is this we're doing?
But it probably felt good.
Yeah.
So even I'm going to go back to Sarah's wedding and putting those arrangements together. There were probably about 15 arrangements we needed to put together. You know what? It was creativity. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, this looks good here, or no, that looks good here. Let's match these together. So I challenge you, if you've been creative and you feel like you're in that rut, it's not, I always say, give yourself grace, because the last 2 years have been really hard. And perhaps the outlets that you used historically were closed, or, some people get creative when they're in a quiet space. Perhaps they're working in a library, and just, it's been different. So try to tap into that creativity, and let yourself go. It does so much for the soul and for your mind, just to be able to do things. So even with you and your son building that project, even though it was a parent project, as I like to call them, it probably was fun. And you probably really got into that project.
Once they listen to you, it's more fun. When they're telling you you don't know what you're doing, it's less fun. We had a hot glue gun involved. He burned himself after I said, be very careful with the hot glue gun. But yes, I would say on that, even if you don't think you're creative, like pick something that you don't think you're doing creative, like color. You know how much I enjoy coloring? Like I still have coloring books, like little baby ones, because I have small nieces, and if they're being rowdy or whatever, I'll bust out the coloring books and just color with them and let them sketch. And just coloring is relaxing sometimes. And then you get a little bit more creative.
I agree with you. And if you think about coloring, that takes you back to when you were little, which is, it all ties together. It's so important. And if that is calming and relaxing, and it really stops your brain from going 100 miles an hour, and you're focused on that and it's relaxing, amazing. Yeah. So yeah, creativity is our living with Lori tip. Tap into it. and maybe extend yourself. Like you said, do something that maybe you don't think you can do. It's only you that's judging, right? It's about you. So
Organizing a closet, that takes
creativity
creativity sometimes, because you have to
totally.
try and figure out like the puzzle or solve it, or you want it to be pretty inside when you open it, or organized. So there's many things. You don't have to be like an artist or a poet, or
No,
there's so many things you can do.
I mean, even creativity ties into, which we talked about a couple weeks ago, was home cooking. So get creative with some home cooking. What does that look like? Instead of doing a boxed dinner, try making it yourself.
Who are we talking about?
Get creative, girl.
So just so you know, all
Yes.
of this is not falling on deaf ears.
Oh, good. Tell me.
Last week was social. So me and my husband went out with another couple. We had dinner, and then another friend, he was having a surprise birthday party for his mom. So after our dinner, we went and did that. We ended up dancing. Well, I ended up dancing, staying out probably way too late. And then they came back, hung out. So that was like our social aspect. But I also have been trying to cook. So I busted the crock pot out, and I've a couple nights a week at least. And I eat chicken a lot. So I've gotten my kids to also like chicken if I just do a crock pot and put some different things in it. So we've been trying. I've been really trying to like have dinner prepared. And even if it's crock pot, no matter who's coming and going, someone can eat early, someone can eat late, but it's already there. And it's not like, hey, just fend for yourself. Like,
doesn't it feel good though?
It is nice to have a meal that everyone can eat and not have all this frozen crap and eat a little healthier. So
I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud that you did the social aspect, because that feels really good. Yeah.
Nailing it.
Yes, you are. You get a star. And then the cooking, I think that is, and crock pots, they're brilliant. They're so good, because again, people can eat whenever.
So easy.
Yeah. So good.
Okay. Well, I had quite the mom knit moment for our last episode. So this one is very, very calm. In fact, I don't think I've scarred my children for life at all in the past 2 weeks. So I guess I'm not being a very good mom if I'm not embarrassing them. But the latest thing I was told, so I go to all these ball games because my daughter's cheering for basketball and my son likes to go and run around with his friends. So last time I went with him, I'm always like, will you sit with me? And he's like, oh, no, like you go find your friends and I'll go find mine. Like, fine. And then he told me before we left, he's like, hey, when you see me with my friends, can you not come up and say hi and talk to them? I was like, why not? He's like, it's embarrassing when you come up and talk to my friends. I was like, I do it to your sister. Like all of her girlfriends, if they see me in the hall, they're like, hey, Amelia, how's it going? Like they all talk to me, but apparently boys are different. I'm not allowed to go up and say like, hey, Sam, hey, Alex, hey, whatever. Like, no.
Oh, no.
Mom, stay away.
So are you going to stay away?
So what I did was I would see him in passing and we'd be like 5 feet from each other. And I'd look at him and I'd just be like, I'd do the wave and he'd be like, so I didn't talk to him.
Oh my gosh. I hate to say it, but you probably have, if I recall correctly, you still have a couple more years of where he's like, doesn't want anything to do with mom. It's hard. And then it comes back. And then like now with Lucas almost being 21, it's like, I'm good, mom. Don't.
I not to be the embarrassing mom. I'm like,
I did too.
The other day we had student teacher conferences and I was recording, I was doing an interview with someone. So I had like my hair done and like a pair of jeans and a button-up blouse, super casual.
Yeah.
And we get ready to leave and he's like, you don't need to dress up for this. And I said, I'm not, this is what I've had on all day. And he's like, can't you just go put some sweats or something on? I was like, so you want me to look like a ragamuffin that lives in sweats? You don't want me to look nice? He's like, no, I don't like it when you dress up. And I was like, I just have on jeans and a blouse.
Oh my gosh, Amelia. So there is something going on there. There's probably like maybe one of his friends has said something about you, like your mom's hot is my guess.
Oh, they're only 12.
Oh, trust me. Well, he knows about herpes.
Okay, well, let's talk about something amazing. And it's not me embarrassing my son. So this week, our unsung hero was brought to us by Aaron Gunderson of the Magnet Group, and he is talking about the Fran Ford recipient, Linda Vollmer.
I'm Aaron Gunderson with the Magnet Group. I'm also the chairperson of the Fran Ford Award Committee here with TMG. So back in 2018, our dear friend, mentor, and colleague, Fran Ford, passed away. And in an effort to remember and honor Fran, we introduced the Fran Ford Award. So the Fran Ford Award is open to all Magnet Group employees, and every year one individual is selected who embodies the amazing characteristics that define Fran and what we all love so much about Fran. Fran was a great friend. He was a mentor. He volunteered at every chance that he could. He, as most of you know, had a great passion for our industry. He was kind and generous, and of course, he was very funny, and he was also very charming, for that matter. Nonetheless, the annual winner of the Fran Ford Award receives a Crystal Award. They receive a check from the company, and then they also receive a donation that is made in their name to the Promotional Product Education Foundation, which was one of Fran's greatest passions. So for 2021, Linda Vollmer is our Fran Ford Award recipient winner, and Linda embodies the outstanding characteristics that define Fran. So thank you, Linda, for continuing Fran's legacy.
Okay, that is awesome. Aaron, thank you so much for putting that video together. I know he was a little worried about getting it all put together and being able to talk about all the amazing stuff that's part of the Fran Ford legacy and fitting it in. So thank you. And congratulations, Linda. That's amazing.
Amazing. I actually had the honor when I trained back in Washmo to spend time with Linda. Amazing human being. Amazing.
Awesome.
That's like so deserving of this award. So congratulations.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Guilty pleasures. I don't know what you've been up to, Lori, but I had given you several new shows that were just being released. You want to tell me what you watched, and then I'll tell you what I watched?
So I have been watching Inventing Anna.
So good, right?
It's so good. And then I'm, finishing up last season of Ozark, which is like, oh my goodness, like so good.
So the last season of Ozark has split. So I've already watched all that they have released of season 4. They split it into 2 parts. So there's only maybe it might've been 6 episodes, and I watched it all and I was like waiting for the next one. I was like, where's the next episode? Like, got to wait for part 2. So part 2 is coming out of season 4.
Okay, I'm glad you said something because and that's not something Steve and I watched together. We've been watching Inventing Anna though together, and it's fascinating. I love it. So that's been my guilty pleasure. I've been on the road like a ton, so I can't get this necessarily in the hotel room. So we have it recorded, and it's our nightly little thing. But so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the reason I brought up Ozark is because the leading character in Inventing Anna is
Gardner.
Yes, which I follow her on social media. She's gorgeous. She's gotten some amazing front covers of Vanity Fair, like beautiful. So she's in both, and she's amazing talent.
Yep. So after I referenced that last time, I watched all of it. So good. Loved it. The other show that I talked about was Severance, which is on Apple. So I've watched the episodes that are out so far. It's really trippy. So basically, if you commit to working at this specific company, there is a department where if you want to work in that, they make you go through a procedure called severance. And basically they implant something into your brain, your skull. So when you get there, there's like an elevator you go up and it triggers something. And when you walk in the door, it's like you never left, basically. Like you only remember your time in the office. And then when you leave at the end of the day, because they still leave, go down the elevator, triggers them. They forget everything they did that day in the office, and they just have their social aspect. So when they're at work, they don't know if they're married or have kids. They know nothing about they call it their Audi. They know nothing about themselves outside of the work world. And then when they're in their personal lives, they don't really know what they do at the office all day.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I just got started on it, so I haven't gotten too far. But I'm going to keep that. And I finally, thank you, Mom, best gift ever. She gave me her Paramount Plus username and password. So I watched all of the 1833s that were out. In love, can't wait for season 2. So damn addictive. I had a rough one Sunday, we'll call it. So I spent a lot of time watching it one Sunday.
It's good. I actually think I like it better than Yellowstone. It's 2 different movies. It's 2 different series. I mean, completely different. And the lady, the young girl that does the narrating as well. Incredible.
Okay, so Severance. And then the other thing I just have to briefly mention, because anyone that's out there dating, and I always think of Shannon Laredo, the movie The Tinder Swindler. True story about a guy who's on Tinder, has all these different personas, starts dating these girls, and then they think he's rich. He ends up like swindling them out of money, telling them all these crazy stories. It's on Netflix. So you know anyone in the dating world, make them watch it.
She has good stories, Shannon.
Oh my God. We need a reality show for her.
I totally. I'm like, I'm trying to keep up with her. But holy cow. And she posted not too long ago, like literally a list. Like there was 30 items on there. Good for her. Like, don't compromise.
It's
well, you need to compromise a little bit. I know.
Just gonna stick with husband 1 for now because it's too much work. I don't have the energy to go back out and date.
No, you're right. It's too much work.
Okay. I have a couple of meanings for you. We've been learning a lot, and Laura, you've been the reporter on the beat, asking the kids these days if they know them, and it depends on what region you are. Some know them and some don't. So I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy.
This is one, and this actually, Daryl that edits this video for us told me this word, or he said he learned this word. So it's capping.
How do you spell
that? So
that?
if I said, Lori, why are you capping?
Why do you got an attitude?
It means lying is the short. So Cardi. Cardi B kind of started it when she, I don't know, when she comes up with all her other crazy ass shit that she says. So she's.
How do you spell it, Amelia?
Do a cappin, Cappin. So if I was doing my best Cardi, it'd be like, girl, why you capping? Oh, so someone that's been put in their place, basically.
Wow.
Like lying and been caught and then put in their place.
Wow.
So there you go.
Okay. Well, I'll hit the streets again and ask the kids.
Yes. This one reminds me of Brandon. I'm pretty sure I've heard Brandon Petrich say this, but it's period. Period. It's like period, but you say period.
Period.
Like done and finito because I said so. Like you state a fact and then be like, period.
But you say it period.
It's not a fancy bottle of water. You just say, like period. Like you get your inner Cardi B on. So kind of like, oh, you're just like period. You put a T.
You said with a Southern accent.
Period. I don't know.
Period.
I don't know. Yes.
All right, Amelia, I'm going to practice these words.
Yeah.
Period. Okay. Like just finished, right?
Yep.
All right.
So capping. Why are you capping when someone lies, when one of your kids lie to you and you catch them?
Why are you capping?
Kid, why are you capping?
I'm going to use that on somebody. I don't know who yet.
And if you're laying down the law or if you're stating a fact, true, and you are like very adamant about it, like I have the best hair today, period.
Period.
And I'm not saying that for me because I do not.
Period.
Today,
okay. Yeah. I still like the simple words. Gucci,
push and pee.
Push and pee. Ones I can pronounce.
You was push and pee the weekend while you were at the wedding. Push and pee.
I know. Corbin's so cute. He's like, I'm always push and pee.
You don't have any cards for me, right? Because I've nailed them all so well.
I've got 3. So,
oh, do you want to give me one?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. It's a star and footprints.
Yep.
Star foot, star track.
Yes. Did I give you this one before?
Nope. But I was thinking footprints, like tracks, like, you know.
You're too smart. Okay. You're probably going to get this one too.
It is someone holding up a phone and a crown. Text king. Phone king. An arm with a phone. The crown.
The kids do this all the time. They take what?
Selfies.
Yeah.
Selfie king.
Selfie queen.
Selfie queen.
Yeah.
That looks more like a king's crown than a queen's tiara.
They use a couple that are that are interchangeable, like the skulls and stuff.
Selfie.
Okay, this one's I think is very hard.
Okay, let's have it. Ooh. Thumbs up, British flag, a piece of cake, and off. Cake off. Up. Oh, the Great British Bake Off.
Yes. That was so good.
I'm surprised I got that one.
I'm surprised because that was hard. Like I would have never gotten it. I would have said something like thumbs up to Brit. They're having cake and I don't know.
I got the off and the cake, so I was like bake off, and then I knew there was a British.
So good.
All right. Well, that does it for us. So make sure you go check out tervispromos.com for all your drinkware needs.
So beautiful.
I love this one. It's so pretty.
I need to get one. Yeah.
Do what?
I may need to get one.
Yes. Joel and Michael. Hey, Lori needs some Tervis, some swag, man. Everybody be sure to comment below. Let us know what you've been watching. If you've watched Inventing Anna, 1833, Yellowstone, Severance, any of those, tell us. Don't spoil it, but tell us what you thought. And then be sure to nominate your unsung promo heroes, which we do have another good one coming up next time. And then tune in again March 25th for a new piece of the pie with Living with Lori, and we'll hear how I mommed it again. See you next time. Bye.